Hello, welcome back to the channel. We are constantly bashing out the videos. I'm so excited on this bike that I can't resist not posting about it and talking about it. So this here is the Evil Insurgent LS. I bought this a couple weeks ago and I've only done one ride on it so far, but it went really well in the previous video. Had a right good time. It performed really well, pushed it kind of to its limits as far as what it could do, big gaps, and the bike held up great. We're going to talk a little bit about the build itself, the geometry, and why I chose what I chose to build this full complete bike up. So I have here in my hand some stats. This is a size large and it is a mixed wheel. Mixed wheel, that means there's a bigger wheel up front, smaller wheel in the rear. As you can see, there is a 29-inch up front and a 27.5-inch in the rear, or 650B for slang, I guess, in the mountain biking world. So the head angle on this with a 180 fork is 65.3. With a downhill fork, adding 20mm travel, I think that slackens it out a bit. I'm not too sure what that takes it to. It feels a little bit steeper than what I'm normally used to, but I think I know why. We'll get into that later on. Seat tube length is 460mm. The head tube length 127mm. Chainstay length, so 430mm. And from what Evo are saying here in their stats, that it has a really short rear end, which makes for really kind of playful, flickable, easy to manual, easy to wheelie, all that sort of stuff. And I did notice that riding yesterday, so really interested in that. That's probably the shortest chainstay here that I've ever been on. We'll go to some more stats. Let me look through here. Wheelbase 1258. Previous bikes have been about 1273, 1275. This is definitely a shorter wheelbase, which I think plays into my riding and my style for sure. The characteristics of that, I imagine, will be more aggressive in the corners, putting the bike where I want it, which is something that I love to do. I love to get off the track into all that real estate, all the stuff that's at the side that you can be really creative with. Reach is 492. To me, the reach feels about right. Like I said, I'm not a huge geometry guy, but it's cool to feel and notice the differences between bikes, and that's what this whole process is about, is trying different bikes and getting a feeling of what I like and what I don't like. So that's what we're going to dive into regarding the geometry. I don't want to get too stuck into that. Seat tube angle, I think it's right in the middle where I feel like I'd like it to be. It's not too steep, it's not too slack. I feel like if you had a 180 fork on this, I think the bike would climb very well in an enduro setup. The other thing that I'm going with this year is, yes, this is an enduro frame, but somebody asked me a question the other day: why are you putting downhill forks on enduro bikes or enduro frames? So I'm having one enduro bike for the whole year and that's it. I've already bought it. That video will be coming soon once it arrives. Super excited for that. But I'm just wanting to try and use a downhill fork across all bikes that I use for any park ride in, any events I do, because that's the kind of style of riding that I like to do. Not so much about climbing up, doing big days, 4 or 5 hour enduro days anymore. Don't find that really fun anymore. So we've got a new path, we're going with it, I'm loving it, and I'm having a good time. So let's talk a little bit about the build. So we'll start lower and we'll go up. So let's talk about the tires. These are the Delium Versatiles in 2.5 reinforced casing. They're really, really nice as far as weight on them, so they are not as tough casing as, say, a downhill casing. But I think it's that, again, in between. I feel like they're really affordable. They will be coming to the UK soon, but I am blown away by them. I have not had any flat tires yet. I do run Cush Core inside, not so much to prevent punctures or to prevent the wheels from being damaged, but more for suspension. So wheel suspension essentially to work with my suspension on my bike. So I like that dampening feel when I'm hitting rocks. It feels brilliant as far as giving me extra cushion and more control, and stability. That's great. The wheels, we're running the NVM90. They look great. Everybody's dream wheel is almost an envy, I think. They're just very expensive, but they're expensive for a good reason because they work brilliant and they're very light as well. So no problems with these have been great. We're rolling the wheels on set up Industry 9 Hydro hubs front and rear. Rotors, 203 front, 203 rear. So the same, not really going for a bigger size or anything this year, just sticking to the same. Full stopping power is by Hayes A4 Dominion brakes. These are a new addition to my sponsors this year and they've been amazing. For me, brakes are really, really important to have that control, to have the modulation. I really like the lever, how it's much smaller than what I've ran in previous years, so it fits my finger a bit better. All in all, amazing brakes, been great. There's something new coming soon, so stay tuned for that. It'll be on my enduro bike. Very excited for that. Cranks, we're running SRAM GX, so this is just what I could get currently at the moment. These are 165 length, I believe. Crank Brothers mallet E enduro pedals with the pins ever so slightly up, not fully up. 7-speed setup, SRAM chain. We have SRAM GX here in the rear on the derailleur, SRAM XO1 7-speed, and we're on a SRAM XO 7-speed shifter up front, which has been great as well. I think I'll be running wireless shifting on my enduro bike, so that's another exciting thing that's going to make the build look amazing and also feel great. Suspension wise, currently I have a RockShox Deluxe here right now, waiting on DVO to currently get that fitted, but the shocks completing the bike so far. We're running DVO Onyx D1s up front, 200mm of travel, love the stealth look, they've been brilliant. Definitely a big fan of the downhill forks. Cockpit wise, we're running P&W loam grips, loam bar up front. I believe this direct mount stem is a nuke proof. What else have we got up front? I've got quite a lot of spacers on top of the stem. I do tend to quite like a lot of stack, just so that it brings the front end towards me a little bit more, but the direct mount stem almost kind of does that for me. We're running Deity saddle, Brand X seat post, cheap as chips, but it does the job. It's been great. I think we've covered the whole bike there. That was pretty fast, right? But all in all, first impressions have been great. I'm pretty reserved at the moment on saying too much on that, but as far as the build, it looks beautiful. It's one of the nicest looking bikes I think I've ever owned, and I'm very fortunate to have owned some very nice looking bikes in my career so far, and this year's just kind of topping that. So very stoked. It feels great, sitting on it feels nice. Yeah, I mean, any questions, please get in the comments below, let me know. It's not a very long video this, but I just wanted to break down a little bit of why I chose what I chose and why I'm going for the kind of park bike down-duro setup, so turning an enduro bike into a downhill bike. I think it looks beautiful. I'm very excited on it. I hope you are too. Give the video a like if you love the look of the new Evil Insurgent build. I actually have a brand new bike arriving tomorrow, which will be the next one after this. So we're going to ride this for a little while. I feel like I owe it to myself and owe it to the bike to give it a proper good riding. And yeah, stay tuned for the next videos. Like I said, any questions, get in the comments below. I'll be happy to try and answer them the best I can regarding setup. Currently at the moment in the forks, for example, I have like 110 PSI. The shock I have not even touched since it came on the bike, so that's been pretty cool. But yeah, let me know. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already, helps a bunch, and we will see you in the next video. Peace out. You.